spring linebacker preview. Last week we did the defensive line. We were pretty high on it. Some depth concerns specifically at the nose tackle spot and defensive tackle a little bit. I mean, Caleb Banks is such a good player. You can't really rate him too low. But now here, I closed the tab. We get to the linebacker position, maybe the most talented position besides like wide receiver, maybe that Florida has on the roster. Should we start with the edge rushers or should we start with the interior? What do you think?
Let's start with edge because it kind of bridges the gap from what we talked about last week.
Yeah, I agree there. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty confident George Gums is going to end up starting at that jack/edge position there. Yeah. 6'4", 253 pounds, redshirt senior, had 5 sacks last year. I mean, 2 years ago, you had a player who was like a 2-star recruit wide receiver to Northern Illinois. And now you're looking at someone after playing off-ball linebacker 1 season at Northern Illinois, comes to Florida, plays that same position, plays really, really well for us, and is also really good off the edge. You lose Pyburn, you lose Searcy. You're expecting Gums to be a better pass rusher for you this year, and hopefully someone that takes another step. I really like Gums here, but you cannot count out LJ McCray.
Yeah.
267 pounds, a behemoth of a man who was a former 5-star recruit. 3 of the 4 recruiting services had him as a top 10 player. I mean, you're hoping with the amount you're paying LJ McCray, I mean, you're probably paying him a lot of money. I don't know the details there, but you got him over Miami, Georgia, Alabama, and FSU when they were still good. Like, you got him over some top schools. So you probably paid him a good amount of money. So you're hoping that you really see that come out in his second year because he's probably one of the higher paid players on your roster. You cannot have him playing 2 years with no production.
Yeah, I mean, outside of DJ Lagway, he's the signature signee of the Billy Napier era. And I mean, like, I think, yeah, you look at it like Gums, I think we both really like. I think, Gums, I think, has the potential to have an even better pass rushing season. I think his versatility and ability to play off the ball, like you said, really makes him an intriguing player. But like McCray's going to play. McCray's going to have a role and make an impact on this team. I think the question is just how much, and I think that depends on him. Like, if he's already at the level that we kind of expect him to be, then he'll probably be playing, serious snaps by the end of the season. If not, maybe he's more just a rotational guy. But like, either way, you got to feel pretty good about the depth here.
Yeah, I mean, you look at TJ Searcy and Jack Pyburn split snaps pretty evenly last season. So if you're doing that between Gums and McCray, I mean, you're probably talking about 2 really good jacks or edge rushers for us. I mean, McCray a bit bigger, probably. I mean, I don't want to say more physical, actually, no, because George Gums a bit shorter, but also has some good weight on him. But like, McCray is just that type of freak athlete that you need to develop, and you need him to be an impact player on this team. A real game changer. To go along Tyreek Sapp and Caleb Banks, who are also game changers.
Yeah, he needs to take that step this year. I mean, I think we saw him play a little bit. We didn't necessarily see a ton of flashes of like dominance, but there were some solid moments. But yeah, I think this is the year where you really got to see that leap happen. Because he's, like I said, he's the signature non-quarterback recruit of the Billy Napier era.
And the third string at edge right here, Rob, I got inside sources. Jaden Woods. Woods is him. I mean, I've been high on Jaden Woods as well since we flipped him from Penn State. 6'3", 240 out of Shawnee, Kansas. We heard a lot of good stuff about him from the spring practice. I mean, the problem is he's going to be, it's not even a problem. It's a good problem to have. He's going to be behind 2 guys that we think could be really, really good players. I mean, next year, you're probably talking about him going into that LJ McCray role, being the backup, splitting time with the starter there with McCray, or maybe even coming off the other edge on obvious passing downs. So I really like Jaden Woods, and I think he could end up feasting like in those early games against Long Island and USF.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get the feeling that he's going to be like a redshirt player this year necessarily. I think they're going to work him in if he's ready. I mean, obviously if he's as good as it seems like we're kind of hearing he is, maybe kind of in a similar role to LJ last year, where he's not necessarily playing like super significant snaps, but you're getting him in there, getting him some work, you know?
I think he also has a bit more finesse than you're going to get from George Gums and LJ McCray, which could provide a different type of pass rush. I mean, depending on the type of right tackles you're going against. So I think that's something that could also we need to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've got nice versatility. Like between those three guys, they all kind of bring a different skill set to the table.
Yep. All right, so now we'll go to the linebacker position. We're just going to count Sam and the two linebackers. I think they just have the two starters at linebacker listed as linebacker. I don't think they have any particular different names for them. So the guy that I think we're both completely confident in starting is going to be Grayson Putt-Howard, going into his junior year, 6'4", 232 pounds out of Jacksonville. Last year, before his injury, he was probably our most consistent linebacker on the roster. Played really well, played a good bit his freshman season at South Carolina as well. So I'm excited to hopefully get a full healthy year from him this season.
Yeah, I mean, he showed a lot of promise, and I think it says a lot about him that he's kind of held on to this just presumed number one guy at linebacker role with the competition he's facing, because I think it's a room, like we've talked about, is very talented. We really believe in a lot of these guys. Think they're really high ceiling, high potential. He's continuing to stand out. Like, I think he's going to be a centerpiece of your defense if he's not dealing with injuries again this season.
Yep. So now we get the interesting part here. Who's going to be the backup? Or, I mean, who's going to be a starter? Who's going to be the backup? The two names you're looking at are Miles Graham, the former top 50 recruit, obviously the son of Ernest Graham, Gator legend. He played good minutes last year. I forget that he transferred to Buchholz for his senior year of high school. He was from Georgia, I remember, but I forget they transferred there. But just under 6'1", 227, second year here, played a good bit, showed that athleticism, showed that high potential that Miles Graham has that we don't see of the too many linebackers. We haven't really seen that linebacker in a while. I mean, Shamar James didn't end up being like the highest ceiling guy. He was a good linebacker here, but not like a takeover game linebacker that I think Miles Graham could be. But you also have Jaden Robinson, who's 6', 232 out of Lake City in his third year here, who's played starting minutes last year. His freshman year, due to injuries, he also had to play a good amount of minutes his freshman season. So Robinson, who was top 5 in tackles on the team last year, who are you going to go with? Are you going to go with the veteran who's a really good linebacker in Jaden Robinson, or do you go with the high upside in Miles Graham that could really add another element to this team that I don't think we really have at linebacker?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough call because Miles Graham really added a lot toward the end of last season. I think we saw some really nice glimpses there. But I mean, Jaden Robinson was, I think we talked about this last week. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that he was my underrated player of the year or something.
It was something
like
around there.
Yeah. So I mean, he was a guy who really was kind of an unsung hero at a lot of points in last year's team. Sort of just coming in as a rotational guy for a lot of the season, but made an impact when he was on the field. So it's tough. I mean, I probably would say that if I had to bet that it's going to be Miles Graham. I mean, I think the talent is undeniable. He's the future of the position. So it's hard for me to imagine you're going to keep him off the field, but the depth at this position, I mean, like I said earlier when we were talking about, where can you afford an injury on defense? Not that you want one, but this linebacker room, man, they've got some depth.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. The depth is just phenomenal there. And then after them, you're still looking at good depth. Aaron Childs going into his second year, another top 100 recruit who is just a physical specimen. Like coming into his freshman season, he was already built like a senior. He is currently listed as 6'2.5", 241 pounds out of Maryland. I was talking recently to some other people about this. When he visited and committed, it was like we had 4 players commit at Spurrier's, and it was him, Amaris Williams, Jamonta Waller, and Nasir Johnson, who the other 3 end up flipping. But you still got Childs from that, so great success, to quote Sacha Baron Cohen there. But he's going to be – you're hoping he takes another step, but again, you're rotating these linebackers, so – and you have other great ones that even if he maybe struggles a little bit early on, or maybe he is struggling, it's like you're probably going to be able to mask that with other great linebackers and maybe not having to play him as much.
Yeah, I mean, I expect that all four of these guys are going to play to some extent. I mean, Childs like kind of gets overshadowed because of Miles Graham, just being the recruit he was, the flashes he showed, him being a legacy. But Childs had his own moments too last year and was promising. So I think like just again, it's just a testament to the depth you have here, not even to mention the true freshman Ty Jackson, who they seem to like a lot. We'll see if he's ready to make an impact. But yeah, I mean, it's you've got so many options here at linebacker and like so many high level, not just like guys that I think can serviceably play, but like guys that I think can truly be game changers. I mean, I think all four of these top linebackers have shown at different points that they can be game changing players.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you mentioned Ty Jackson. We've said it. I've said it many times. Billy Napier always said that Ty Jackson's junior film was the best he'd ever seen. So, out of Fort Lauderdale, listed at 6'1.5", 216, definitely needs to put some weight on. But for his athleticism, that's something that's like probably similar to Miles Graham. Is that something that's you can't really teach. That can really bring that high level there. Another name. I asked you earlier for the show if there's any linebackers not on there, and there is one. Miles Johnson. Yeah, Miles Johnson, 3-star from Bruton, Alabama. He's not on the roster yet. He wasn't here during the spring, but I know they really like his speed and quickness. I don't expect him to play at all. I mean, maybe you can get in some 4 games like and still redshirt, but I expect him to take a redshirt this year. They like his speed and athleticism, maybe not the most physical guy. Like someone that maybe if he was a little bit lighter would have been a safety, but a bit bigger, so he's going to play linebacker. I mean, they like him, so they decided to take him, which a linebacker they didn't have to do because how stacked that position is. So I'm going to trust them and their evals there, but I mean, we're really excited about this linebacker room.
Yeah, Miles Johnson almost certainly heading. I was just saying, yeah, I don't have a ton to add. I was saying he's going to head for a red shirt, but like it's nice to see, even with all these young guys, they're still adding guys that they're developing.
So, what would you? Should we grade it just linebackers and just edge, or should we grade it all together?
I kind of think there's not enough to do it separately. I kind of think we should just do it all together. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I agree there. I'll go first here. So okay. I think you're looking at top end proven talent. It's not there yet. So it's like when you look at the depth and the players, stars, and everything like that, it's like that's an A+ maybe. But then you look at Pup played a lot last year and was good when he played, but he had that injury. And then after him, I mean, Robinson's a solid starter, like a B starter. So it's not like he's some proven great player. And it's like you're expecting Graham and Childs to take that jump. And same thing at the edge, like Gums is a good edge. I mean, played more Sam last year. So it's like, do we expect him to be a right away impact Jack? And it's like McCray we're expecting because of his status, and we really like Wood. So it's like, if all the players play to their talent and what we think they could be, this could be an A+. But I think you have to factor in proven production into it. And it's like, I mean, that's what everything is, like production. So I'll go A-.
Wow. Okay, so I am very rarely higher on these grades than you are, but here I actually am. I'm at an A, just a flat A. I don't really see the weakness here. Like, I think I see your point. Like, is there the proven elite talent? Maybe not. But I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to argue that all these linebacker positions, like this is the best 2 deep on the team anywhere except like maybe running back. Like, yeah. I don't know if there's another position where you could say, I mean, I think all of these positions I feel pretty good about going 2 deep. So I think that says a lot. And I think I'm just willing to bank on the fact that like Pup Howard will take another step with a full season if he's healthy. I'm willing to bank on the fact that Miles Graham does have like an all SEC ceiling with what we saw last season. Maybe not all SEC this year, but eventually. He's only a sophomore. So, and I think between Gums and McCray, I think you're going to get some really good pass rush play between the two of those guys. So like, yeah, I think it's strong enough across the board with so few weaknesses that even without the super high level talent, I still feel comfortable going with an A.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. It's maybe the first time you're higher than I am on a specific grading there. So,
Yeah.
And the great thing is, after this year, you're probably only losing Pup Howard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, you might not even lose Pup Howard. I mean, he's only a junior. What am I saying?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on
who
how
leaves this
NFL.
room?
Yeah.
Like Jada
Well, you lose
Robinson,
Gums. You lose Gums.
Gums. So you lose one edge. But then you're looking at who you're bringing in. I mean, we talked about it earlier. You're probably going to get Malik Morris. And then it's like, who's going to be the other linebacker? DQ Forkbutt? Is it going to be Isaiah Williams? So you're getting either a 4 or 5 star guy even then to back him up to come in. So it's like, this linebacker room looks good for this year, for next year, and for a time to come. So I think this is a real interesting comment from Rob. I just don't like our scheme when it comes to pass rush. Hopefully they change some things up. We were second in the SEC in sacks per game last year. I mean, we were second in total sacks because Texas played more games than us, but in sacks per game, we were only behind South Carolina, I think. I don't know what else you want to see. I mean, consistency, because we had most of those sacks in the final month of the season, but like, I don't know what else you would want to see from the defense.
Also, I don't think we necessarily had a lot of elite pass rushers in those spots last year. I mean, like Pyburn, we've talked about, like Pyburn and Cersei are not like elite pass rushers, and they were playing pretty significant snaps. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and evaluate, like I'm not an expert on pass rush scheme, but I mean, I don't think it's like a limiting factor.
I mean, LSU had one of the best offensive lines, pass blocking offensive lines in the country last year. Again, like it came at the end. We even had 4, I think, against Ole Miss. So Jackson Dort, mobile QB, and we had a couple on Ty Thompson. Like we had 19 sacks in those last 4 games, but it's like they were still second in this country. I mean, the SEC. So it's not even like they just had a good month and it's like finished 5th. Like they finished second in the SEC. Like I don't know what else you want. I mean, again, you lose Pyburn and Cersei, and you're replacing them with Gums and McRae, who in theory should be way better. I mean, they are better than Jack Pyburn at pass rushing. I mean, I think Cersei is a bit underrated as a pass rusher. I mean, rewatching it, he looked pretty decent there. I mean, I think Gums is going to be better, and McRae should be better as well. But you're going to get more off the edge than you did last year. It's like if you just get that consistent play, I mean, you're probably leading the SEC in sacks.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the whole defense improved too last year. Like the pass rush, Cam Ward had an hour in the pocket in that first game.
Yeah.
But like the whole unit struggled in that game. But I think the way they were playing the back half of the year, I think, I mean, look, if we get whatever pass rush scheme limitations there are, if we get the level of play from the defense we got the last month of the year last year, I don't think Florida's going to have a lot of problems in the pass rushing department.